You know that dream of flying over rush hour traffic? For decades, it's been something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Well, a company called Vertical Aerospace is getting closer than ever to making electric flying taxis a real thing. So let's dive into their latest update and see if they can actually pull it off and what huge hurdles are standing in their way. And this is it. This is the Valo. It's Vertical's answer to the daily grind. Their entire mission is built around this idea, slashing a miserable 90-minute commute all the way down to just 7 minutes. I mean, forget traffic jams, right? This is about getting your time back by literally flying right over them. And to make that kind of time-saving happen, you've got to be fast. The Valo is designed to cruise at a cool 150 miles per hour. That makes those short hops between cities or across town incredibly efficient. And listen, this is not some kind of billionaire's private toy. No, it's designed to be a genuine taxi service. It's got room for 4 passengers plus a pilot. And that right there, that's the key to making this a real, viable business. Now, here's a little detail that might seem kind of small, but for airlines, trust me, it's a huge deal. Luggage. Each passenger can bring 70 pounds of it. That means this is a truly practical option for, say, an airport-to-city transfer, not just for someone carrying a backpack. So yeah, this is not just some futuristic dream cooked up in a lab somewhere. Vertical has actually spent years working side by side with major airlines, designing an aircraft that the operators actually want and can realistically use. And you can really see that airline-first thinking in the design. For starters, there's a seat right next to the pilot, which is perfect for training. Then you've got a crucial safety separation between the cockpit and the passengers. It's also got the roomiest cabin and the biggest luggage bay in its class. And that modular design, that's all about being future-proof, so they can upgrade it later to carry even more passengers, which, means more profit for the airlines. But okay, before any of that can happen, they have to conquer their final and maybe most complex technical hurdle, proving this aircraft can fly in the real world exactly the way it's designed to. And you can hear it straight from the company's chairman, Donal Slattery. He says they're in the final innings. We're talking about the most challenging part of the entire flight, not just a simple takeoff and landing. So what in the world is piloted transition? Well, think about it like this. It's that critical moment where the aircraft has to switch from flying like a helicopter, going straight up, to flying like a plane, moving forward. They're tackling it super methodically, kind of inching closer from both ends, accelerating from a hover and then decelerating from flying forward. And all of this is done under the super watchful eye of the UK's Civil Aviation Authority, making sure every single move is safe and totally validated. But while the engineers are busy battling the laws of physics, the company itself is facing an equally powerful force, the laws of finance. And here it is, the stark reality of the situation. The company has about $85 million in cash right now, but their projected spending, what they call cash burn, is nearly $200 million over the next year. That massive gap, that's the real ticking clock here. So the big question is, with a huge funding gap staring them in the face, how on earth do they plan to keep this incredible dream from crashing back down to earth? Well, it turns out Vertical's long-term strategy isn't just about selling a bunch of aircraft. They have a totally different and potentially way more lucrative play in mind. And the CEO, Stuart Simpson, he lays it out pretty clearly himself. He says their true secret sauce is their battery technology. This is the one core piece of the puzzle they're building entirely in-house, and it's the foundation of their entire business model. And this is where it gets really, really clever. They're planning something called a battery-as-a-service model. So instead of a one-time sale, airlines will replace these battery packs about once a year. This creates a predictable, high-margin, recurring revenue stream. It's so much more valuable than just selling the plane once. And get this, the numbers are just staggering. Over the entire life of a single Valo aircraft, the money they make from those yearly battery replacements is projected to be 20 times more valuable than the initial sale of the plane itself. 20 times! I mean, that completely changes the whole financial equation. But their strategy doesn't even stop there. The very same Valo airframe is designed to be upgraded. By adding a turbo generator, that all-electric version becomes a hybrid electric powerhouse. Its range just skyrockets from 100 miles to 1,000 miles, which opens up a completely new market for them, defense and logistics. Okay, so the product is designed, the long-term plan is in place, but what does the immediate future actually look like? What's the path forward? All right, Here's the official roadmap. By the middle of 2026, they're going to lock in the final design, pencils down. Then, by the end of that year, the first pre-production models will start being assembled. The big prize, of course, is getting certified for the electric version in 2028, with the hybrid following close behind in 2029. It's a really ambitious timeline, for sure, with not a lot of room for error. So, when you look at it, Vertical Aerospace has an incredible machine and a really clever long-term plan. But they're caught in this super high-stakes race between their own technological breakthroughs and their financial bottom line. And the ultimate question is, which clock is going to run out first?